Jay with Team DMA. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. So I had made this video, but I had a lot of audio issues, It's nothing's perfect. Sometimes we deal with stuff. So I'm gonna remake it again, but the first one was like extended, so I'm gonna try to make this one short. So this is about going to your locals. So if you're going to your locals, step one, if you need a pen and a paper, write this down. All of these procedures will be show you how they don't belong to me. They come from somebody else. So I'll reveal it somewhere along the line. So basically, shadow duel, just like you would shadow box, even though it looks dumb or whatever people say. Professional boxers and the best ones that do it the best are the champions. The champions shadow box the best. Like look at Mike Tyson and whatnot. And it goes the same thing for Yu-Gi-Oh. So what happens when you shadow duel? Basically, in short, what's happening is before you fight, you're training so that you know how to dodge the punches. That's the basic concept. So you do the same thing in Yu-Gi-Oh, and I'm the one who started um, that trend, the saying shadow duel, not the shadow duel from Yu-Gi-Oh, shadow duel as in shadow boxing, shadow dueling. If you don't have a friend, or if you have a friend, even better. But then you need to start taking one, and then you need to, if you can take one per turn, you have to fix your deck to where you can. After you consistently take one negation all the time, you can up it to two. The people that are on regionals and nationals do 3 to 4. If you go second, you have to deal with like 5 to 6. But for locals, the max is somewhere around 2 or 3. So I would suggest do one, try two, and then in the very end, go for 3. So after you got that out of the way, like the two, or if you want to go for 3, that'll ensure you win your locals, but you want to go through 2. So you play something, get it Ash, play something else, Imperm. And then from there, if you can extend, if you can extend from there, you go ahead and extend at that time. And the other thing is Branded is one of the best decks. It's like top 3 in TCG. So no matter what people tell you, Branded is broken. But for Dark Mission, it's not that hard. So let's go over sequence so that you can see what's going on. Salvation, Eternal, Servant, Stack, Activate, and then we're gonna set Skill and Dark Bribe. So before you bring out Dragoon, before you have the Village, before you have Naruto, before you have Solemn Judgment, before you have everything, sometimes you need something else. And that's why in your deck it's better to incorporate somewhere around 10 negates. If you can't have Omni negates, at least have semi-Omni, like Spell and Trap, like something that can stop Spell and Trap. And then separate you have the Skill Drain. So when you add Skill Drain together with Dark Bribe, you technically have Omni Negation. You have a Dragoon on the board before you have him. And people are going to say, that's a lie because Dragoon's not on the board. That's why I said before he's on the board, because you can cover spell and traps and you can also cover all the monster effects. So it's even better than Dragoon. You have a 28 hitter. Even though we brick, you don't cry, just get the job done. So we're going to start with their Bestial. We're going to go ahead and chain off right away to Skill Drain. They're going to start by their Search, Dressworm. They're going to go ahead and play their typical Branded lineup. And they're going to go into deployment. You already know the monsters they usually bring out, Fallen. And then from here, they brought up the follow-up play with Quinn. Trigger, Dressworm, Banish, Bring. And then they're going to go with White. And then they're going to enter into the Fusion. So we got a 3000 hitter and the other monsters. We're going to take the hit, and that's fine. So just something to keep in mind real quick. One of the reasons why I have such a high win rate is because I understand the concept of I don't want to win the turn. I'm never trying to win a turn. I'm trying to win the duel. I've taught this for years. It's been a lot of years. It's nothing new. It's old. And I always tell people, don't win the turn, win the duel. Because if you win the turn, you're going to lose the duel. And let me recap really quick. In boxing, I use boxing as an analogy because I'm very familiar with boxing and all the techniques. And the same principles that apply in boxing apply in Yu-Gi-Oh! So boxers don't always win every round. Did you know that? They don't. But they win they win the fight. So even they understand sometimes you gotta lose some rounds. But reason why? Because the goal is to win. To win, you want to win the whole thing. Nobody cares about winning a turn. If you care about winning the turn, that's why you're losing. So I'm willing to lose the turn to win the duel. So the reason why I waited for this is because of the chainlink 2 or chainlink 3 that could possibly be activated. You want to play the Magician Souls and then play to see if they have any response. If they do, then you chain Eternal. You always want to have a chainlink 3. If you don't, you're going to lose. Pay attention to the rookie people who are rookie that never win and people who are nationals. And the big difference is they can chain link 3, even 6. Believe it or not, it sounds weird, but they can even do a chain link 6, sometimes 5 or 6. Those are the ones who are winning because you play, they negate, then you chain. Then they chain, then you chain to their chain. So whoever resolves last wins in that chaining effect. That's why you have to have at least a chain link 3 in case the chain link 2 you. So for example, Magician Souls and then Bestial, they banish it, you chain Eternal, chain link 3, Dark Mission comes out, their Bestial got burned. Usually, if I had, I have the Eternal already up, face up, I would chain the, what's it called? The Magician Souls, and then would have brought it up. If you can chain another card, like in the graveyard, what's it called? The Soul Servant. Like I did it before, you chain it, and then they might try to stop it there. And then from there, that's where you chain your Eternal. Again, making it a chain link 3. So you always want to have that chain link 3 ready. For you, it's just 2 chains. It's the first chain, and then the second. But your opponent chain link 2, because you played a card, they negate it, then you chain link 3 like that. So keep that in mind, write it down. So from here, they brought the Springs kit, and then the Aluber, just very typical branded, broken branded plays. So here's another example of losing the turn but winning the duel. So what I don't want to do is chain Eternal and they have call by or a Bestial or something, because you're gonna lose. Because again, you don't have chain link 3. If you don't have it, you're gonna lose. We're gonna go ahead and activate. You already know what's going on. So we're gonna go ahead and attack, and we're not gonna go ahead and get rid of that fusion because we don't want to win the turn, we want to win the duel. So we're just gonna straggle along. Now we're gonna go ahead and discard. They're gonna play the red finally. We're gonna play the bribe. Then draw, set, activate, deployment, and then they're gonna bring their fallen again. We're gonna go ahead and activate Eternal Soul to draw a dark magic attack, thinning out the deck and then getting rid of the backfield at the same time. So I'm testing the deck. We have Fenrir's 3, but don't pay attention to that because it's still in testing. Dark magic attack, and they're gonna play branded banishment, and they put some defense. We're gonna activate and we're gonna get rod. So we're gonna go ahead and attack because we're still losing every turn, but we're looking to win the duel. So if you pay close attention, it's moving along and we're ready now. We're ready to go FTK, OTK, all out. So we're gonna go ahead and open everything up. So stun dark magician girl, activate, draw, normal, rod, activate, servant, activate, get the circle, circle, activate. We can OTK. So if you look now, we drew into the right hand. So now we have the negation of the spell. So his first spell is going to be burned. We're going to be interrupting an attack with Eternal, and then we're going to be banishing. So we got 2 interruptions, 1 negation. Eternal, banished, Attack, attack, attack. So there you go. That's an excellent, perfect example. I couldn't have done it better. So this is the same branded that people can win. The same branded Dark Mission channels are struggling with. Dark Mission players. It's not diminished. If you disagree or you think I'm lying, go ahead and come to my channel and try to find if you can see the 4 first place nationals branded that I dueled against. They had like 7 interruptions per turn. And the owner of it, I got the profile from the owner, the one who won the nationals in Israel. I messaged him on his channel and he made the profile and he explained it. And I told him, thank you. I'm on the message board on the bottom. And then I told him I was going to use it. And he said, yeah. So then what I did was I went and I kept on looking for people. And I told him, you have the profile from the nationals. And there was 4 people who said yes. So I dueled them, so I had to wait for them to finish their duel, and then they came and dueled me. I beat all 4 of them. All of them I beat. And you can see that on my channel only. There is no existing Dark Magician against that first place national, guarantee you, with the puppet lock and everything. And he didn't puppet lock me, but I did win. I did win all my duels with them. So a card that you need in Dark Magician, at least one of, is there can only be one. A reminder, you shut down all the branded, all the dragons. It kills branded because you let them bring all their dragons with skill drain, and once they have like 4 or 5 dragons you trigger there can only be one, it sends them all. It only keeps one. And then usually they leave the bestial, and because they left the bestial, all their bestial in their hand are dead. They cannot come out no more. Their spell and their traps that switch out monsters, they can't be activated because it's only one dragon. They're completely locked. There's nothing they can do. And with your Cerno and Circle, you're getting rid of everything. Plus you have Omni Negate of Spell and Trap, negating any feather or anything. And if you need skill drain to negate effects or Dragoon or Rito, and the list just goes on and on. And that's how you win your duels. You notice people are saying like, man, Jay with the 100 life points, 800 life points, 1000. No, not really. You shouldn't be surprised. It's a sequence and there's a certain pattern. Everything is premeditated. I'm not looking to win the turn. I'm looking to win the turn. Just like the boxing champions, you'll lose some rounds, but you win the fight. Same idea. So quick recap. Shadow Duel, take 2 negations. If you can do 3, then even better. So what I mean by that, summon a Rod, take an Ash. Summon a Magician Souls, take a Imperm. And then from there, see what other plays you have. If you can't go past that, you're going to lose. Don't waste your time by going to locals. You need to be at least in the 3 combos with the 2 negates. So what I do is I normal, they negate, special, they negate, and then I crawly. And sometimes you already have the spellbook card in your hand. And then sometimes what I do is normal Rod, they negate with Ash. Then our Eternal, I'll play something else, they negate it, and then I already have the spellbook. So I'll link to a Rod to the Artemis, making the branded life. Then I trigger the spellbook engine if I have it in my hand, and I draw more cards, and from those cards draw and draw. So they negated you twice, but in reality you still drew like 5 or 6 cards, and from that you can establish your 5-6 negates. That's how I win my duels. It's nothing special. It's just going through all the negations and establishing negations on return to them. So the video's gone for long enough. Hopefully that was helpful to you. This video is specifically for people who are going to locals, trying to go to the next level. Have some chain link 3 against your opponent. And you have to be willing to go through 2 negates every turn. If you don't, look at your hand and change the cards that are not helping you. No dead cards. And that's how I'm winning. That's the big secret. And there's a lot of people playing 2 circles, 2 eternals. All of that is fine. But if you're depending on your circle and eternal, that's why you lose. Circle and eternal is outdated. It's a 2020 type of style. Today you have to have the circle, eternal, plus like 2 more negates. Like as you've seen, I have the right hand, then I had skill drain, interruptions with Apprentice Illusion, and then Dark Bribe. Some people like to put out the village. You have to have multiple negations, not just them 2, or else it's not going to work. Hopefully you liked the video. Comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know. And this was branded Bestial, the powerful version, and how to beat it, how to make it turn trash. With that having been said, you guys, Dark Magic Attack.